Welcome to the den of the Djinn again and again. I am here basically to put out an interesting little tidbit. Do yourselves a favor, and when you're in a relationship, make sure it is under the right circumstances. And by that I mean you are with this person generally for the right reasons. If you're gonna start a relationship only on superficial things like I like the way that she has a pretty face, or the fact that she has ginormous knockers, or the guy, or on the girl's side, oh damn, he has long suave hair, or damn, I'm pretty sure he has a big bank account. Yes, folks, I know you were thinking. Uh, just do me a favor, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you have been through hell in a handbasket in a relationship. If you haven't, well, good for you. I was with a girl, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't even think I was with her. I was just talking to her. And let's just be honest, guys. I jumped the gun, hoping that this would happen, hoping that this would. Let me rephrase that. Hoping that this would not happen, wishing upon any kind of star, any out there, that I would not have my heart broken again. And let's just say, hey, how's it going? You have a question? I might have an answer. You go first. And if any of you guys out there checking out my video, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps the channel, if you haven't already. Well, I'm waiting. I mean, I've had a few people on my channel telling me that, yeah, they're under the age. But the thing is, I tell them, okay, first of all, I don't need to know your age. Second of all, as long as you don't show any disrespect about anyone to anyone, I don't give two shits. No, I don't do men. For fuck's sake, dude. I actually like women. Difference is, a lot of people think just because I can be a little flamboyant, that doesn't mean I'm fucking gay. I just am different. And no, I'm not pansexual either. I am fully straight. I just act the way I do because I am who I am. I don't give two shits about your fucking opinion. Does that answer your question? If you're gonna insult me, no. Let me put this out there, guys. I've already told this to everyone. Just because if I was, and I'm not, but if I was, that is none of your fucking business. That kind of information does not need to be known about me. All you need to know is I have opinions, and if you don't like them, well, good for you. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care, and that information is not needed for me. If you feel bad, I'm so sorry. I really am. But I am not here to make people, be your psychologist. So if you're feeling horrible or you're feeling sad, I'm sorry to hear that. One second, guys. Hecho, fíjate que el embajador se encuentra en funciones desde el año pasado y lo mismo. Same. La posición y bueno, 4 visitas en población. I'm already venting at this point. I'm getting to the point where I know I'm living my life the way it is. People assume that I am, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I can be, but that doesn't mean it's me 100%. So if you feel first of all, no, just no. There's a obvious age gap, mind you. Don't assume that the age gap is good because again 5 years, I mean, yes, under most circumstances 5 years is different, but the thing is you have to hold off, especially when the fact that you're 12, when she is close to that age and you are nowhere near at that age. So yeah, it really looks bad. It really does, no matter how you look at it. Forget it. I don't want to talk about it anymore, and it ends the conversation there. Anyway, to answer your question, guys, I was talking about earlier. Uh, yeah, I'm blocking him now because I don't need to hear about any of this because I'm dealing with things and I'm not getting on no damn record because someone has just forget it, guys. I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'm not gonna get into any list or anything just because I told someone, oh well, follow your life, and all of a sudden some kind of pedal bullshit. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna deal with that. And and first of all, it's one thing to be 5 years older than someone, but that is me. No, just no. Anyway, agreed. Full on agreed. Um. Anyway, I was having a conversation. I did have a thought process. If you haven't already, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Yeah, I know, and that's why I kind of blocked him. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I was done. I was done because I know for a fact I said something I shouldn't have, and I'm fucking gonna hate myself for it. Anyway, again, the different subject. I was having a thought process. Yeah, I don't like it. Um, so what the thing I was thinking of earlier before I was interrupted, I was having a conversation, and we were having that conversation about what constitute a relationship and how people how people should deem, like, for instance, if you're going to get married with someone, right, and that marriage partner basically makes you feel amazing, and then all of a sudden they drop a line like, hey, can we, you know sign a prenup, how would you guys take said question or request? Personally, I wouldn't be happy. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I wouldn't be happy, but at the same time, I understand why the prenup would be considered, because it has nothing to do with anything. People say it's because of trust. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, trust isn't an automatic thing. It's earned. So if someone asked me if they wanted a prenup, uh, I'd say, okay, under the what are the conditions of this prenup? Because guys, believe it or not, like any contract, you can actually set you can actually set conditions. Like for instance, under duress, like for instance, the most common I'm pretty sure the most common prenup would be um, in case of breakup. I keep everything that I owned prior to said relationship, and you do the same. Other people go, well, under certain circumstances, certain things trigger. I've actually seen prenups that go, if you um, mind you, it really depends on the contract itself. I've seen ones that are so bad. Mind you, most of the ones I've heard of are mostly in in things I've read on YouTube, Reddit, and whatever. The craziest one is every time someone that person fucked up and cheated. And apparently, they expected it, which is crazy enough as it is. But every time that person cheated, another piece of their assets would trigger to basically would be transferred into the name of the one that was cheated on. And I'm like, wow, the fact that you have to do that, the fact that you have to put in a clause that says every time you cheat, your shit belongs to me. I'm like, damn. Mind you, after the first time I'm done, I got into a relationship. Well, I guess you could. I can't even say it was a relationship, ladies and gents. The girl I was talking to, who, if you guys didn't know, I was talking to a girl. Hell, I even started doing songs for her. Yeah, I know, corny. Um, I don't do this anymore. Mind you, I'll consider doing songs again. I just gotta find some songs, build up my. I'll even do random songs later, if you guys want to see them. If you guys want to see me do a couple of songs tonight, give me a thumbs up, and I'll consider doing songs for you. Um, Whether or not you want to see that, it's really up to you guys. Um, but anyway, like I was saying, I did some songs for her specifically because I was basically showing her how much I cared for her dearly. Songs that I actually felt like it basically represented how I felt about her. She seemed like she was pretty much on board until I found out that this morning she basically is asking me to send her 500. Yeah, $500 that I don't have. I'm like, sweetheart, I don't have any kind of money for you. And before you guys ask if I'm such a heel, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know this girl. We're talking on the internet. And this is one of the reasons why I don't do long distance, because if we don't know each other, how am I supposed to build a rapport to you? Mind you, I fell for love bombing. Hell, I even gave her a few rounds of love bombing. Difference was, I actually felt some of it. Yes, folks, some of it. I knew this wasn't gonna last. I knew that if I, you know, flared up as much as how much I cared for her, I knew this was gonna crash. And it did, because she comes into my DMs earlier this morning or the early in the afternoon saying, I need you to send me this money because if you don't, blah blah blah. I'm not going to go any further why, because the reason why it wasn't important. The fact that she kept asking me, even though I told her I would never send money to anyone that I did not know personally or romantically. Mind you, she was just someone I was talking to, trying to figure out whether or not me and her were compatible. So far, she seemed like she was, but I don't fully trust most people. At the very bare minimum, I'm gonna trust you about 60 to 70%. And that is only if you pass certain tests. She passed 3 out of 4. The last one was never ask about money. I kind of broke my. It's one of my pet peeves. It's one of my bottom lines. If somebody asks me about my income or my ability to pay, I'm done. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will understand that concept, that feeling. But I basically said, nope, I'm done. This was not meant to be. And she basically she tried to love bomb me again. And I was just not it wasn't going to happen. It really wasn't. And she basically dropped off. She hasn't talked to me since. And I'm kind of glad for that because I don't want to talk to her ever again. I sent her a video, I sent her a message. The last message she'll see from me is, I'm done, this is not gonna work, and you're gonna have to find another sucker. Goodbye. That was basically along the lines of what I basically told her. And I did it for a reason. I didn't have a shred of trust in her, and I didn't have any feelings about whether or not we can be together. I just didn't see us working out. So, yeah, that was literally my. What sucked is the fact that I spent the entire weekend basically being love bombed and love bombing her back, but all of a sudden, apparently, there was nothing left. She hasn't talked to me since, and I feel crappy, honestly, guys, because I'm trying to find someone, and she took advantage of it. Lucky for me, though, I haven't sent her a cent. If it was my past life, if it was me years ago, I'd say about 17, 18 years old, I would have actually tried to take money anywhere I could to send her money. And I know for a fact that she was lying because there was no way possible I could do that. Because I had A, no money, and B, even if I had the money, that would mean that I would be putting everybody in my house through hunger just so that I can. Ladies and gentlemen, I know for a fact it was bullshit because she said, and I quote, it was for someone she cared about that was in the hospital. And they said it was 1,500, and she said, well, I only have about 800. I need another 5. I'm looking at her going, sweetheart, that seems exceedingly cheap for a hospital, because that's at least add another 0 to be believable. No, I do not recommend doing this, because holy shit, if you are, I will not have any faith in you either. But point is, when I saw that number, I saw that that was complete and utterly a boulder dash. She was just using me for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't care. We're done. We were done. there was no conversations. We were never going to talk again, and I basically blocked her off my feed. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I am sorry it wasn't to, excitement or anything, but I'll see you guys in the next one. This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn, Candor, wishing you love, luck, happiness, and hopefully you guys see my next video, which will be a little more entertaining. I promise you that. It's going to be the next few videos are going to be me having a grand old time trying to finish off Trails of Cold Steel. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Take care. Be safe as you exit the den of the Djinn, so you can get some snacks for the next one. Take care.